What's up you guys, it's Ben and welcome back to my channel where we talk about everything there is relating to selling on Amazon. So, given the fact that last week I made a video how most of you will most likely be too late now to start selling in 2021, what is there next to do? Amazon FBA is not going to die off. Amazon FBA is still going to be alive and well past Christmas. And we need to start thinking about what are we going to do in 2022? How are we going to start our Amazon FBA businesses? What exactly are we going to look at? And most importantly, what kind of product research methods should we be using? What kind of niches should we be looking at to start selling as quickly as possible? And making sure that we give ourselves the best possible chance of having a successful product in Q1, Q2, and so on and so forth. And in this video, is going to be kind of like a product research video, but showing you a few trends that I'm personally myself looking at the moment, and I'm also speaking to with my students to potentially look into themselves if they want to start their Amazon FBA journey on the right foot. And with that being said, guys, if you are interested in selling on Amazon and you really want to take this seriously, then please don't forget to check the links down below for my own personal mentorship where I will actually help you and guide you every step of the way. Otherwise, guys, if you're running on a relatively lower budget, but you still want to use some of the business tools that I use and talk about, then please don't forget to check the links down below for awesome, by far the most reliable e-commerce accountants out there in the market, Helium 10, the best product research tool in the market out there in the moment, or Pioneer, Amazon's own approved business bank account to start off your FBA journey. And with that being said, guys, let's get straight to the video. Right, guys, so the very first niche that I really want to talk about is fitness. Okay, in my personal opinion, fitness is one of the best niches to sell around Q1. A lot of niches and a lot of categories do feel a slump in Q1 because a lot of those products have been bought out in Q4. Effectively, people don't have too much money to spend after buying all of their gifts, presents, and so on, so they're very particular about what they want to spend their money on in the next few months. And one of the areas that they really want to spend a lot of money on is fitness. And I know this personally from my own experience because I used to be a gym instructor. And by far the busiest time of the year for all of the membership sales team was January, because there was countless amounts of people that are looking to get in shape as their New Year's resolution, looking to get on a diet, effectively start a gym membership, get into fitness, get fitness products, and so on and so forth. So anything fitness related in the first quarter is actually a great niche to get into. And what's interesting about this particular niche is the fact that it doesn't really do so well in Q3 and Q4, which is why there are so many sellers that are not really willing to go into that niche because Helium 10 figures spit out really bad numbers to them. But if you just have common sense, if you just think about what you think is going to sell well in Q1, then fitness related products are definitely ones that to go for. And what I also like about fitness is the fact that there's not that many brands out there that are so well known in the fitness industry. Yes, we have a ton of fitness clothing brands that we all know and like. However, when it comes to actually fitness equipment, there aren't too many. And that means you can easily come in with your unbranded or brand that doesn't really have much of a presence at the moment and really take some sales effectively. There are such a wide variety of products that anything starts from £4 to £5 and can go all the way up to 30, 40, 50, 60 quid effectively. However, guys, be very, very careful with the more expensive products, the electrical ones. I'm speaking from my own experience here because fitness products that do have electrical components or potentially are battery powered are very, very susceptible to negative reviews. Some people are just not going to like them because of the color, the way they work, the way they work on them effectively. It might not be the right size or whatever. So be very, very careful with the fitness product you choose. Okay, have a look at the other products in that particular niche and see what people are usually speaking about it. If there are a ton of 3.5 star review listings on the first page and you're going for a relatively similar product, then in most cases your listing is going to be at 3.5 stars as well, and that is not going to go down well in the long term. The next niche is camping. Okay, and this is a very, very interesting one because camping usually starts off around January, February, March, April, May, June, and it peaks up around July. But just because it peaks so far in advance, effectively 8 months from now, doesn't mean that you shouldn't be looking at it now. Camping products in most cases can be relatively quite heavy, which means that you will have to sea ship them. And that means if you buy them now, you will most likely get them around January, well, maybe probably February time. And with Chinese New Year coming in, if some of those products have to be produced, i.e. from scratch, that can last another 30 to 45 days. So you may actually end up getting these products in March, okay? And in March, as you can see, this product or this niche effectively really starts to take off. So you really, as I said, really have to think about what's going to sell in advance. And more importantly, what can I get for that period, okay? Because some niches you will have to wait for the products to actually be produced, whilst other niches will have those products readily available for send off straight away. There is a big difference, because some products you can get in January, whilst others you may have to wait in March. For example, right now I have a product that had to be manufactured and then sent off and now got stuck in customs, and I'm probably going to be receiving it in the next week or so. That product right there that I'm talking about, I ordered in July. Okay, so we're talking 5 months of waiting. So if we go from 5 months now, that's November, December, January, February, March. You would get that product around April time. And by the time April comes around, camping would be an amazing niche for you to be selling in. So have a think about camping. Don't just count it out because it's not doing so well at this moment. And last but not least, an interesting one as well, travel, okay? Travel is really interesting because, as you can see, most of the time booms in January and then it kind of calms down and then it goes back up to June, July, August effectively is the peak for travel for obvious reasons. But I'm of the mindset that because of COVID restrictions, because of us being under lockdown, partial lockdown, full lockdown for such a long time, once all of these things go away, and they will eventually go away, people are going to be dying to be traveling around the world once again. They will want to go see their friends and family in different countries and so on. So I do believe, as you can see, this niche has been sort of dropping off over the last few years. I do believe we're going to see a massive bump up over the next few years once these COVID restrictions are gone once and for all. Now, this particular niche is far more risky in my personal opinion, because it's much harder for us to predict the future, because we can't just be looking at trends and say, hey, it's done well in January, it's going to do well in next January, and then it's going to fall off, and then it's going to come back, pick up again once again in summer. We don't know what's going to happen with COVID restrictions, but I am willing to make a bet that these restrictions are going to go away. Sooner or later, they will go away. And once they do go away, you want to be ready. Okay, you want to be ready with a few travel related products, because in my personal opinion, these are going to fly off the shelves. So what do you want to do? Do you want to just wait around until COVID restrictions are passed and then start looking to sell into travel? Or do you want to have 1 to 2 products already selling, ready on the go, maybe in low quantities, so you don't have too much money tied up into that one product, but have already some reviews behind that listing, have some ranking behind that listing as well, so when that niche does take off, you're on the first page ready to capitalize on it. And with that being said, guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. I really hope you found it useful. Like I said, it's not the usual product research video that I do. However, I do believe it's very useful for you guys to know and have an idea of what I think about when I'm doing my product research for 2022. I don't just look into each product anymore. I look more into niches. I look into niches and then what products in that niche I can sell in Q1, Q2, Q3, and so on and so forth. So hopefully you find it useful. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.